Sky Blue Fishing. We are live. Hope everyone's doing really well this morning. Out here, beautiful Northern California. Out here in God's country. Big fish are biting. Big trouts are biting. Let's go get them. Got a float with a night crawler on. Trying to catch some real big size record-breaking trout. Rainbow trout fishing we are. Out here in the beauty of Northern California. Sun's about to come up. Float fishing for some monsters. Float fishing for the monsters. Big fish time out here. Looking for some massive trout. Heard some rustling. Make sure Bigfoot don't come get us. Beautiful birds are out. A little bit of a cloudy morning. Had a teeny bit of rain last night. I mean, a teeny bit. But it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Hoping for the big fish. Good morning. How are you today, Daniel? I'm fishing Northern California here, real close to the Oregon border. Going for big trout. Some really big trout in here. Some serious trout. Oh, it really is relaxing, DW. Absolutely clear water. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you all. It's beautiful here. The river comes rushing into the lake right here. It's ice clear. It stays really cold all year long though, because it's a snow melt that this river is formed from, way high up in the mountains. So you come out here in the summer, even when it's about 100 degrees out, you might want to swim in here. But oh, it takes a special breed of person because it's just above freezing year round. So it's great. It goes out for about 200 yards of just ice clear water too. Perfect, about 3 to 6 feet deep at the most in this little area. Then it drops off after about 100 yards. Hoping for big, huge, beautiful rainbow trout. It's the water's warming up a lot. Yo, Back Mountain, good morning. Since the water, the lake's warming up a lot, the fish are changing their location, their habitat, and their patterns, if you will. They come in here to these little inlets. Ice cold water coming in, full of oxygen. They really love it. And they sit here and feed on anything that's zipping down. Oh, that fish jumped literally right there, a foot away from me. That was really cool. Levi, good morning. Hello to you. It's good morning. It's morning for me. Good day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Alaskan Wild Adventures. Hey, hey, hey. Out here in beautiful Northern California. I'm by the Oregon border. Yeah, I got one so far. Kind of small. I mean, smaller in my book. It's 14, 15 inch guy. anything that gets to around 20 inches plus is what I call a nice fish right now. Using basically steelhead techniques here. I've caught one so far this morning, but I've watched about, I've been here for about a half hour, 20 minutes. I threw my line in about 20 minutes ago. I wanted to test if I needed a full worm or half a worm. Half a worm worked fine, but the fish kind of swallowed it. So I've been using whole worm. The hookups have been great because they've been attacking the whole entire worm, and it's a lot of lip hooks. So it's easy to release them if I don't want to keep the fish. I keep a few of the real select amazing fish. I've been making some smoked trout. Made a special batch last night. I cut up these gorgeous fillets, and then I marinated them for a while in a like tamari, which is like kind of like teriyaki, kind of like a soy sauce, but wheat-free soy sauce is what tamari is. And then smoked them for about an hour and a half. I took them out, and then I put them in honey for about 10 minutes. And then you take them out of the honey and put them back in the smoker for another round or two. Let that honey kind of like glaze on there. Oh, it's perfect. All right. Come on, big fish time. I've caught a lot of fish here in the last week. I took yesterday off, but I fished 7 days in a row. Like I was saying, the lake changes a lot, so you got to keep up on it, and you got to see where they're going, what they're doing, how they're changing their patterns. And at the other ends where I fish a lot, there's a whole lot of little stock fish that they just brought in, the little 12-inch kind of ones that have white meat. That's just all right. These are all big fish that have been hanging out in the lake for years. They may have been stocked at one point. They may be natural bred too, but they don't clip the fish here, so you can't tell. You can never tell if it's a real hatchery or if it's a bred in the lake. I talked to some of the hatchery guys. Psycho, yeah, there is. I think they're channel cats. Like I've caught, I think, 3 cat here on accident. Usually, I'm trout fishing when I have a worm on the bottom or something, and then bam, I'll get a fish. They're like I think maybe 7-pounders on average. That's probably about what I've gotten. Really prehistoric, trippy looking cats that just kind of I don't know. They're tough, mean, interesting looking fish. I tell you, I wouldn't want to get too close to one, man. That's for sure. Oh, missed a hit. Got him, guys. Oh yeah, I got him. Oh, he's jumping. Oh, he's pulling serious drag. Oh yeah. Oh, it got loose. Oh, I did the super flip in the air and got loose. Steelheaded me. Wow, man, that thing was flip-flopping in the air. Pulled the steelhead on me. Yep, took my worm right off the hook. That's what I love about catching these big trout. It's just like steelhead. They tail walk, they flip, they cartwheel. That one cartwheeled about twice. Did the left-right pull, snap, got that. They'll either try to break the line because they jerk their head to the left and then they jerk it to the right with so much force that it'll break the line, or like in that case, it'll rip their lip a little bit, pull it right out of their mouth. To them, it means freedom, though. It was nice to see the fish on for a couple seconds. That was a big chunky monkey. Let's get this one in. Let's get another one of them in. Come on, giant fish. That was fun fish. Wanted to bring it in for you guys, though. Show you that fish. Chris. No. I'm in Northern California. So we're up by the Oregon border, way up here in a little town called Mount Shasta. And we have nothing at all remotely like that. The opposite side of the United States for those kind of critters. No crocodiles. Worst thing we have here is diamondback rattler snakes. We got a lot of black widows. That's down in like the Florida, Louisianas, and those kinds of regions. And I would be nervous to fish if there was an alligator or crocodile around me. We do have the snakes around. Uh-oh. What, something bugged me? Uh-oh. I think something might have got my son, actually got my bobber, guys. Might be a small fish. We'll see. I think I got a fish on. Oh, what is this? Oh, no. I just had a tangle. That's what we had. I was like, what is causing all this? Yeah, I do a lot of things outdoors, and I do a lot of rock hunting and adventuring. Ooh, big fish just jumped. You guys might have saw that thing. He's right there. There's a fish that hangs out real close. It's about 4 feet in. And I usually don't target that fish because it's kind of cool. Every morning I come here, it's a little bit dark, and that fish is right there. It'll jump. And I've seen it the last week. So its territory is real close in. So I don't target that fish. It's a big fish. It's kind of like a little buddy. Come on, yeah, I'm all straight. I got tangled up for a second. That's what was up. Almost straight back up now. Yeah, I've been slaying them here, man. There've been so many big fish here lately. I've probably processed about 15 to 20 pounds of absolutely amazing trout. Smoked them up, cooked them up for dinners a few times. But I did a few real big batches of smoking lately. Got a giant smoker, 4 shelf. Could put about 4 to 6 big trout on each shelf. So I can fit almost 20 big fish in my smoker. Yeah, serious. And I get pretty particular. Like I said, they stock the trout, and I don't want the fresh stock trout, that white meat. They've been eating those pellets their whole life. Kind of yuck food that they've been feeding off of. I prefer the holdover trout that have been hanging out for years, that have been eating crawdads, crustaceans, and it gives them that pink meat. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of canned fish, to be honest with you. It's got a softer, mushier texture, and the oh, I'm gonna hit. My float went down. Missed it. The float went down twice, though. I tend to like when I smoke the trout for my personal choice. I really like what people would call over smoke it, to where it's kind of like a jerky. I try to make them into smaller pieces to where it doesn't have any real serious thickness to it. And oh, is it good that way? I'm getting hit over there, guys. I can feel it messing with me. Just tapping though. Yeah, I'm gonna check that in. Hello, Fishing Frenzy. It's all about the marinade, and the one that was done last night. It tasted just like bacon. I mean, it was incredible. My daughter was raised really healthy in a lot of ways, so she's only had bacon like once or twice in her life, just a little taste of it. So she doesn't really know. She's 18 years old, and I was like, "Girl, this tastes just like bacon." And she was like, "Oh, I wouldn't know," but it just had that hickory smoked maple flavor, and then the trout flavor kicks in right afterwards. But the first little taste is like, "Ooh, this tastes like hickory maple smoked bacon." So that's how I prefer it. And I make these little like small vacuum sealed travel things of it. Good morning, Kamari. I am fishing for trout, big trout, rainbow trout that are steelhead size, 20 inchers on the average. Big giant fish. So I'm using steelhead floating techniques. I got a big 1 ounce float on there with a 1 ounce weight. And I got about a 2 foot, 2.5 foot leader hanging off the weight with a full night crawler on it. Using the big trout techniques. It's working good lately. Been slamming them. The interesting part of this fishing, and pretty much anywhere, is you got to figure out exactly where they are and what they're biting at that time. And the fish move into particular areas. And they've moved in here about 2 weeks ago. And ever since they've been here, there's a lot of fish. Probably, I don't know. I don't know if I kept track in the past, but I kept track this last week. I caught 48 fish in 7 days. 48 big fish, nothing under 16 inches. 48 big fish in 7 days. That's probably my trout record. Took yesterday off. My body just couldn't take it anymore after 7 days of reeling, because it's steelhead technique. So you're tossing it out in the river, you're letting it float, you know, as far as 100 yards down river, but in this case it goes into the lake. But the current keeps going, and it's very shallow out there for about 150 yards. Yeah, serious, man. We can keep 5 a day, and I think I took home four on 2 different days. And I usually keep those when they've just hooked themselves really bad, or it's just too good of a fish to pass up. And I'm like, we look at that. That's a 4-pound beauty. That's kind of how it is. You know, if you kind of do your best to live in harmony with nature and the land, things come in. You know, the berries get ripe. And then you have, you know, about 3 weeks to pick blackberries around here. Same with like huckleberries, things like that. When the salmon come in the river and the steelhead come in the river, that's what they give us, about 3 or 4 weeks. And you got to go out there and do a ton of, you know, if you're a tribal person and you lived out here, that's what you're doing. You know, you're salmon fishing like crazy for 4 weeks. Then you're processing that salmon, getting it to last all winter long. I do a ton of farming. So I'm an early morning and late night guy. I was up late, you know, right at dawn, fishing. Up at dusk, I'm out taking care of my farm. I was harvesting strawberries last night. Getting ready to plant my sweet potatoes and start my cucumbers. Got about, I don't know, 700 garlic plants that are doing amazing this year. Well, the float might be doing a little something. 700 big garlic plants. And then almost that much on potatoes. I bought German Butterball starter potatoes. Big Man Urban. Hey, we're slamming some rainbow trout. Brought one in, had one on the line, and it snapped itself off way out there. Just missed another hit a second ago. All right, yep, using float techniques like steelhead fishing. So I just tossed it 10 feet out from me. I only got about a 3.5 foot depth total. The weight is about 2 foot underneath my float. My leader is floating, you know, but just about 2 feet underneath that, but it's a worm, and so the current tends to pull it ahead of the weight, I mean. Heck yeah. It's big fish time. They moved in over here a couple weeks ago, and so I'm like, oh yeah. Spent a couple hours early morning. It's like 50 degrees when I headed out. Left at like a 4:30. 50 degrees out. Nice cool morning. for us here in Northern California. Gonna probably get up to, I think, what did it say, like 83 today. So we get these cool nights, which are amazing for us. I was raised in Oregon, up in Portland, and it wasn't that way. We had hot nights, and it was tough, man. Summers would get brutal, and it would still be like 90, 95 at 10 or 11 at night, and you'd be like, oh, this is killing me, man. Ooh, really? Yeah, living by the ocean and ocean fishing, that's got to be an interesting experience. The coastal storms. I go up to a place called the Chetco River, about 4 hours from me. And it's a wild river, so there's no dam on it. And I constantly have to check the water depth and the flow. And I got to make sure the weather's going to be all right up there. Because it'll be great here, but it'll be just terrible up there, man. And if that river floods, it's bad news. I was there about 3 years ago, and you can camp out on this really cool sandbar. It's this gravel bar that's about a mile long, and it does this big, long, sloping curve, and there's some amazing steelhead and salmon fishing holes there. Well, it's raining like crazy, and so you'll park yourself real close to the water's edge, and you'll wake up in the morning, and the river will have risen towards you, 10 feet, 15 feet, and you're like, whoa, boy, and it rises up like 2 feet overnight. And so you get, that's got pace that, oh, that's a big fish jumping. That's a pace you can handle. You can move your vehicle because you're like, all right, it only creeped up 15 feet or so. One night I was there and it was just a torrential storm. Oh, getting hit. They might have gave up on it. And so it was a torrential storm. Oh, yeah, I got him. I got the fish. Got the fish. Yep, we got the fish. Woohoo! Let's pull this fish in. Come on, fish. There's just one particular area. It's about 40 feet away from me. That's where I've gotten about 6 hits so far. Right in that same spot. That's where this fish hit. My bobber did something weird, and I was like, huh? That's a pretty fish. Oh yeah, this is a pretty fish. Let me get this fish in. Come show it to y'all. Woo, yeah. Oh, pretty rainbow. Rainbow. Hey, fishy. All right, let's get this hook out, fishy. All right, hook came out. Looks like a male, all colored up, smaller fish. Yeah, you kind of got yourself on that one, didn't you, buddy? Woo, you're slippery. Slippery little guy. Slippery little one. Let's show everybody. Say, hey everybody. I'm a rainbow. Beautiful rainbow. About 16 inches. Little skinny boy. Let's get him back out in the water. Let's get the boy back out in the water. All right. You take care of yourself. You go take care of yourself, big guy. I never read chat while I'm doing that, so let me get back. Heck yes. Texas. Big Bend. I'm glad you guys got to see it. He slammed the worm. Big boy rainbow. I used a pretty fish. Pretty fish. I want his big older brother, though. Like 3 times that size, older brother. Big cousin from down in down the way, you know. Big cousin. Oh, yes, this worm is getting threaded on. I'll be right back. Wow. Let's get another fish. Get another fish. Yo, thanks, Texas. Appreciate y'all. I'm over here in Northern California, real close to the Oregon border. Trout fishing. Trout, salmon, steelhead. I might try a little bit of bass fishing for people. I think there's some crappies and bluegill around I wouldn't mind trying. I may get all the way up to, oh, that would be so fun. I would absolutely love to visit Australia, man. I would love it. Would love it. I might go to get some, I don't know if I have the gear. I think if some friends have invited me to go up with them. Got it. Got that fish. Oh, yeah, I got this fish. Oh, and it's pulling drag on me. Oh, he broke loose. That's why. Wow, it wasn't that good of a hook set, I guess, or it just ripped its lip. That was, I could feel the weight on that fish. That was no joke. Yeah, he just ripped itself loose because my worm's still intact and still there. I'm real close to a place called the McCloud River. And it's an absolutely amazing, beautiful river that when they discovered it, you know, when the Western migration found it in the early 1800s and stuff like that, it was just one of the most pristine rivers they had seen. And so they preserved it, immortalized it, did all kinds of amazing things with it. But they brought the genetics from the McCloud River all the way around the world. And they brought them to New Zealand. So all these amazing trout that are over there, New Zealand, all come from, you know, about 15 miles from me originally, is where the genetics came from. This red band McCloud River trout, they call them. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful fish. And so they've done great things with it in New Zealand. They've really developed some amazing waterways there for the trout. They've done an amazing thing down in like Chile and Argentina area, I think it is, with in Patagonia with the salmon. And boy, they've gotten like some of the world's biggest now down there because the ocean and the waterways and everything was just perfect for them. Yeah, it was an interesting thing that, you know, that happened in this country. There was such a massive expansion, you know, the frontier days, the gold rush days, and when people came to the east, they took things in such drastic numbers that it really it hurt the population of a lot of things. But unfortunately, on some things they actually killed, and they wiped them out completely. And that was the trout on most all the East Coast streams and rivers, all the way to the Mississippi, was extinguished. And they thought, oh, got a fish. Oh yeah, I got this fish. It's tail slapping me. Oh, it's tail slapping me. It's tail slapping me. Whoa, yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it's giving me lip. I think I got a good hook on this one though. It's right here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You guys might be able to hear that drag. It's pulling. Oh man, oh man. What is this beauty? Oh yeah, it's taken off. It realizes it's caught. It just took off another 20 feet. Another 20 feet. Oh yeah. See, these things fight, man. They're not happy when they see me. When they're like, oh. That's oh, it got off. Oh man. If you guys might have saw that flip, it just did the did the steelhead somersault and got itself free. Oh, I hope that one was visible. Make a short out of that one or something, because that was cool. That was right there. Some people get bummed out when they lose a fish. I always ask for the fish that want to, especially when I'm trying to harvest fish for my family and everything, because I need to cook them up, smoke them up, eat them up, can them up, whatever. So I always ask for those fish to come. Being Lakota of Native American heritage, that's kind of the way we do things. You take a moment, we give offering, and we ask for the ones that want to come, that wish to sacrifice of themselves so we may eat. To please do. And if the fish chooses to not give, well, then he doesn't give. It's that simple. Yo, ghost. Oh, that was a good fish, though, man. That thing fought. That was a big chunker. That was a chunk. Oh, what a good experience. Oh, someone was nailing me again right there, guys. I bet you my worm's gone. Nope. Oh, man. Yep. Nope. My worm is gone. It took that front tip of my worm right off. Wow. I was like, I'm getting hit right there, guys. And they're just stacked up in this little river part right now. It's great, man. Oh, that's so great. Ah, so fun getting these big ones. All right, getting hit. I got it on. Got it on the line. Got it on the line. It's on. Feels like a smaller fish. It's not giving me as much attitude, but it's on. It's on. And maybe it's, oh yeah, it's a smaller fish. Oh yeah, it's a littler one, but it's still pretty fish. Come on, fish. Let's see if we can get this hook out of you. Let's get this hook at you. Come on, little one. Let's get this hook out of you, shall we, little one? Hopefully you didn't swallow it too bad. Some of these other fish did. Oh, you got that hook out. How you doing, Buck? Yeah, you got a little bit. Hurt yourself a little bit, but not too bad, huh? I can see you want to get out of here. Let's give everybody a quick show, and then we'll get you out of here. Because you're not happy. He's a smaller one. 15 inches. Little 15 inchy. Hi, guys. Pretty one. Probably female by the tame colors. Young female. You go take off, Angel. You go take off. Take off, eh? Sweet. 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 Yeah, absolute. Catch is a catch. That was a nice catch. I mean, he didn't fight like crazy, but it was good. It was a good release. Didn't hurt itself that bad. These guys are hungry. They've been swallowing them. Swallowing the worm. Man, there's a lot of fish out there, guys. This is my kind of fishing. This is my style of fishing. Yeah, huh? No, never seen a mangrove. No, no crabs in this area. Gee, good morning. No crabs. Freshwater clams, crawdads. Oh, you got skunked this morning, G? I think I'm on about fish 5 already. I think I brought 2 in on the live, and I think I've lost 2. Got 1 before that. But this area is, in the moment right now, it's just loaded with fish right now. They're hanging out here. That's why I was like, oh yeah, time to go. Yeah. In the last 35 minutes too. That's bet at 5 and 35. 5 for 35. Missed a few too as well. There's a lot of fish that live in here. They stock it like crazy, and then a lot of the holdover fish have an amazing area to live in. So they can live for quite a long time. I think the records are 27 pounders, but there's been some 22s and 25s, whole lot of high teens. So there are some giant fish that have been living in here for a long time. And this is a group of 2 to 5 pound fish, maybe 3-year-old fish. Oh yeah, I'll do that a lot of times. You know, these ones I'm catching now have the teeniest amount of eggs. Some of these giant hens, I can tell, like they're breeding, which makes no sense because usually the rainbow breeding here is in February and March, and I caught a bunch in February and March that were starting it. And the browns, they do their thing in fall. So the steelhead around here and a lot of the rivers that I fish are definitely like that. They'll come up following the salmon, and that's what they're after, man, is that they're eating those eggs. And so they'll eat as many, the steelhead eat as many. Yeah, the steelhead at least many is 25% of those salmon eggs. There's another end of this lake all the way down there, kind of where the sunset is, and there's a couple little inlets. I like to fish a lot over there, and that I think is where they released the stalker fish recently. And so I notice wherever they release them, the fish kind of like hang out right about where they were released for a month or so. And so I was getting real tired of catching those things, you know, a little 12-inch, all white meat, just incredibly starving fish. So the second they see anything they get their hands on, they just take it. Ooh, I have heard nothing but good things about Brooks, man. I really want to eat it. You know, I watch people cut them open, and man, that meat looks like it's the pinkest thing ever. I cut a rainbow open the other day as a boy, and oh, it was like that. It was almost red. It was so colored. And it was just amazing. That's probably what I'll have for dinner tonight. But I've heard that about the Brooks, man. When I've seen pictures of it, their meat looks like it's just almost red, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have mentioned it before, but oh my goodness, it'd be so nice. I think I saw some of them cool pictures. We got a place called Pyramid Lake that's about 3.5-4 hours from me. It's got the world's largest cutthroat Lahontan cutthroat trout there. Oh yeah, fly, catch and release. We got a few around here just like that. They call it artificial here, and so they say what they mean by artificial, you know, mostly fly fishing, but you can use jigs. You can use jigs and things like that. You can also, you can't use bait. You can't use any worms. You can't use eggs. You can't use anything that's scented. You can't use like power baits. You can't use any of that kind of garbage. So it's not exclusively like fly fishing only. It's fly artificial. So it's typically barbless as well in those. It's catch and release. You got to keep the fish in the water. Up in Oregon and Washington, they have a lot of the same stuff. You just also have to have rubber net as well. Oh yeah, fishing zone, I tell you. I'm in a fishing area. Yeah, it's always interesting when I try and hunt out new fishing areas, like scouting rivers and things like that. It takes me so long. I'll go to a new one, and then you gotta find the fishing report. You got to learn about the area, and you got to learn about how to find access. And that's 80% of it. You know, you get access out there on, you know, we got some of these beautiful rivers where we got these roads that go along with them. Big Sky Country. Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of rivers and we got these country roads. I think I might got a fish, guys. Nah, he might got off. Nah, he got loose. And so these little highways. Oh yeah, this is middle. This is beautiful water. Perfect. These highways will go along the river and finding pullover spots, because it's all privately owned, is like the hardest thing, man. It really is challenging. So you get to drive along like a 60-mile river, and you'll be lucky to find a couple spaces here and there that you can pull over. There's a beautiful river called the Winchuck, and it's just like that. It's 40 miles of nothing but privately owned river frontage, and so there's nothing. You got the mouth, which can give you a little bit, and then you got to go all the way past all that privately owned stuff into the national forest. And so by then the river is a trickle. It's not what you saw down below. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy here too. A ton of out of towners. This is a tourist-based town, and so it starts getting really crowded. I have a business here, and it starts picking up. Our everyone here makes majority of their yearly money during about a 5-6 month period. So it starts picking up end of May, right about now, Memorial Day in June, and then, you know, all the way until October, November-ish, a little bit of, you know, half of November. Then it starts getting cold again. All of a sudden, right around Halloween, it'll just switch on us. Yeah, it really is beautiful here. Yeah, I really like privacy in my space, to a lot of my own personal space when it comes to fishing. So I get up early and I go way out to places. And you still got to deal with people. Yeah, and that's what it forces you to learn how to budget your money and you know, save and do a lot of things like that, because 6 months of the year the money's coming in good, and 6 months of the year it's not. And so you got to be patient. Got to understand that, not blow through your money when you got it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this is Mount Shasta, California, so it's like a spiritual hub. And so we have a lot of international tourism, and this mountain is connected to Mount Fuji in Japan. So typically we'd have like a lot of Japanese groups come through here, Chinese groups as well. And things really changed a lot during COVID, which got difficult. A lot of the international travel slowed down. So these big groups, and that's what a lot of the spiritual tourism stores rely on, is a lot of the spiritual groups that come through. So I have a metaphysical, I have a crystal shop. We sell stones, and we make a ton of our own jewelry, and all kinds of unique stuff, necklaces to crystal pendants, pendulum type things. To we have all our own machines. We cabochon, but we make a lot of these really cool staffs and feather wands that are just incredibly unique. We go through a lot of those, and so we do rely on tourism. And after the borders got open again and people were traveling, the economy was a little challenging, and people, if they made it their way here, they seemed to have just enough money to get their hotels and their pay for all their car rentals, or A, B, C, and D, all their food, and so they didn't have a whole lot of money to bring something home. So it's been an interesting, I'd say 5 or 6 years now, but things always change. This year we've noticed a big difference. Kind of happens that way. People have this fatigue. Heck yeah. Yeah. So it's what people would call like a metaphysical store, crystal shop. So we have a lot of rocks and stones and jewelry, and like I said, staffs. I'd say 80% of it is stones and rocks we buy, but about 30% of those are ones we mine and process our own. We have a few claims and a few things of our own very unique stones that we've kind of trademarked ourselves. And so that's really, there's nowhere else in the world to get a few of the things that we provide for people. And so that's what ends up, setting you apart in any commerce. Yeah, exactly. There was once, I think, seven crystal shops in this little town, and crystal shops doubled the gas stations, to give you an idea of what kind of town this is. I think there's 5 now. 3 grocery stores, 5 crystal shops. So that'll give you an idea of what kind of commerce comes this way. Nah, it's just the 3 of us. It's small. Just me and my business partner and my daughter. We just have a small business. Really trying to build up the online as well. That's where we didn't, we opened it up 10 years ago, and we had an employee that was really helping us do the online website stuff like that, and we just left too much of that up to him. And so he spoke a computer language that we didn't quite understand, and so it made trying to operate it and transfer a lot of product online difficult over the years. And so the last few years, my daughter's really stepped up to the plate and changed everything around, and the world has shifted so much that a lot of people like to buy from online now. So yeah, thought about doing that. I don't mind. I've talked to her about it. Do live tours of our store and stuff like that. When our busy season hits, it's just ridiculous, man. It's just crazy. Like this last weekend, it's just been nonstop. Line of people trying to check out, and there's not much extra time for doing anything. So we tend to make a lot of our stuff in the winter, in the down season. So we'll spend that 5 months making endless things. So then we have 300 of these real big fancy wands. They're like smudge wands that people use for their ceremonies, but they're like on steroids. Nice. They're incredibly beautiful. Then we have the little teeny ones for $40-50 too, just so someone can have one. Yeah, exactly. I notice a lot of people will do that with the gem things, and then they'll do they'll just do live packings, and they're like, "Ah, these are all the orders," and then they'll just show, the girl will be there just packing 20 items up, and she'll show you all the different stones that, oh, this one's going to Georgia and this one's going to here and there. And so, yeah, I think that's a good idea. My daughter's been trying to learn, because a lot of people buy on Instagram and on all these different social media places. That was a hit. And so they buy on all those, and she's been trying to learn all that. But challenging parts gets to put so many products. Oh yeah, got him. Put so many products online. It's like, how do you put 20,000 products online in a streamlined manner? All right, let's see what this fish is and what he wants. What's this fish gonna do? All right, fish. What you got? Oh, it's a beautiful fish. This is a nice fish. This is a nice fish. This is a nice little fish. Good sized fish, too. It's not little. Let's show you guys this fish. Come on. This looks like a girl. Oh, yeah, Mrs. Flippy. It's no 4-pounder, but it's a nice fish. You guys have been like swallowing these hooks. All of you guys. What happened to the easy fish hooks? Yeah, Flopperson, stop flipping. Trying to get this hook out, fish. This fish might be a keeper. We'll see if they can get this hook out. Give me a second, y'all. This fish just might end up being a keeper the way it swallowed that hook. I'm using a full worm so y'all don't hook yourself so bad. All right, let's see. Hook's out. Let's see if the fish is doing all right. I'm gonna let this fish sit in the net for a minute, y'all. See, decide. I'm gonna let this fish decide. I'll either show you or I'll let it go. I'm gonna let it sit in the net for a second. JP, hello. I am in Northern California. So California is so massive. It's almost 800 miles north-south. So it's a different world up here north. And I'm real close to the Oregon border of California. So it's really more like Oregon. I mean, it's conifers, full of beautiful pine trees and cedar trees. It's nothing like Southern California. My dad lived there forever, so I had Southern California. And I learned to drive there. Used to ride my off-road motorcycles there all the time. I'm baiting up guys real quick. I'll get back to chat in a second. Letting that fish in the net decide what it wants to do. That was trout, rainbow trout, rainbow trout in there, beautiful. I don't know. You can tell by the way it was hooked that it may not survive very well. So give it a few minutes. It's just sitting in the net, in the water, trying to see if it can heal itself. YouTube doesn't like blood and stuff like that, and the fish had a little extra blood on it, so I didn't want to take it out, risk YouTube being upset. Come on, big fishes. Looking for one of them giants. I've gotten like 2 giants on. And they snapped a lot. They snapped the hook right out of the mouth. Right out the mouth, which was cool. Well, happy Memorial Day. I don't think I've said that yet to anybody. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful holiday. I might hear some coyotes making some noise over there. That sounds like the yip, yip, yip of a coyote pack. All right, you doing anything, fish? You gonna make it, big one? You gonna make it, big fish? I don't know about that, Bucky. I can't tell if you're just gonna make it. Oh yeah, you are, huh? You look like you're just fine, huh, fishy? How you feeling there? You ready to get out of here? Yep, the fish is all right. It just needed a few minutes to recoup. It just needed to recoup itself. But it's a good fish. It's a good fish. It's a good fish. It's a good fish. It made it just fine. Mr. Fish, can I have your wish? Can I have your wish? Mr. Fish, oh Mr. Fish. Come on, giant trout. Come on, giant trout. Looking for the big trout. I would like to get a 30 some inch trout. Gigantic rainbow. Take me 5 minutes to get it in. 10 minutes maybe. Oh, that'd be fun. That would be something. Really would be something. Catch a 12-pound trout. We're here in the majestic beauty of Mount Shasta. One of the most metaphysical, superstitious, supernatural, I guess they call that, kind of places we have in the United States. A lot of interesting things go on here. I have not personally seen anything, nor have I talked to anybody that's seen anything. Most I've heard of is a buddy who said he saw Bigfoot. That's about it. But no one's seen alien ships. Nobody's seen spaceships. Nobody's heard of doors opening and weirdness coming in and out. Just a town. Just a small little mountain town. We have a town about 6 miles south of us. We have one 6 miles north of us. And that makes up like the 3 towns all around here. They're all about the same size in population, about 3,500 people or so in each of these towns. Those other 2 towns kind of have they have a mill, they have a history, I guess you would say, to the town. This one doesn't. This was like the town where people just raised their families. Well, it's just a good old little town. I gotta undo my line, guys. It got all messed up. That's always the fun about live fishing. As you're like, oh man, I got all hooked up. Now I gotta undo it. That's the only bad thing about throwing a float out there is it will do this occasionally. It'll mess itself up. And you'll have to sit here like I'm doing for 2 minutes and undo the line. But it's not as bad as the bird's nest that I get on my bait casters. Yeah, all right. When I'm drifting beads for steelhead, you get, 20 drifts maybe, and then you got to redo your bead because it just tears at it. And I'm back. I'm back in fishing action. Let's get a giant one now. I'm in a prime spot. What a boat guy had a whole entire lake to go to. Massive lake. And he peels out. Where does he go? Right where I'm fishing. I was watching him take off from the dock, half mile over there. And I'm like, oh, it looks like he's beelining straight towards where I'm at. He was anchored down right where my float was going to go. And I'm like, are you serious? Then he moved away 30 or 60 yards. But at first I was like, oh, he's going to actually try to steal the spot that I'm catching fish in. I always tell a lot by other fishermen's character when they approach somebody else fishing and they want that hole. Are they going to be rude? Just come up, throw in. Come on, big fishes. But it's part of the tourist season. Come on, big fishes. Ooh, that was a big fish jumping there, man. That was a big fish jumping. Big fish jumping. Wanna catch that big fish jumping. I wanna catch the big old fish. Big fish catching, yeah, that's my wish. Hey, Mr. Fish. What do you say? Do you mind getting caught on Memorial Day? Mr. Fish. Oh, Mr. Fish. Hey there, fishy, I want to catch you. Little fishy, 1 and 2. Hey there, fishy. It's time to go. Come on, fishes. Gonna have to put a new worm on in a second. That worm's looking a little old. Looking a little old. Yes, it's looking a little old. That worm's starting to look a little old. Come on, fishies, I want to catch you. Rainbow trout, where are you? Come on, fishies, I know you want to play. Come on, rainbow trout, where you at? Alrighty. I've had a lot of bobber downs already. It's been a good fish day. Come on, 6 fish. 6 fish. I'm hoping to catch my personal best, which I think is around 28 inch trout. So if I can catch a 30-inch trout, That'll beat my record, which would be an amazing thing to do. 30-inch trout. 30-inch trout. Would love to catch 30-inch trout. I'm happy with 20-inch trout. Come on, trouts, where are you at? Where is the fishing at? I want the trout. Yes, I do. I think the trout want to get caught too. Oh, trout, where you at? Throwing my worm out. That is that. Come on, trout. Big trout. Come on, fish. All right, I'm going to be putting a new worm on soon. Might be putting a new worm on soon. Hoping for a giant fish. Mr. Trout, can I have your wish? Out here in beautiful Northern California. God's country. Out here. Enjoy Memorial morning. Hoping I'll get a giant bobber down. Float down any second. Come on, we need a float down. Float down. All right, I think it's time for a new worm. Time for the new worm. Oh, you know what? This worm's actually holding on. I'll give this worm a little bit more. Come on, big fishes. Come on, big fish. Where you at? Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Lovely Memorial Day. Out here, it's a little cloudy. Perfect kind of nice weather. Fishing Northern California. Hoping for big trout. Hoping for the big trout. It's that time of year where a bunch of the big trout have moved into this part of the river, this part of the lake, I should say, where the river is. We get these peak fishing moments, you know, that last couple weeks where a whole bunch of fish move in. Water changes, it gets warm out there in the depths, and they want colder water. You know, they want highly oxygenated, real good cold water. So they move over here.
That keeps us anglers on our toes, because the things that worked a month ago don't work all of a sudden. And then you're like, well, I'm not getting anything. What I was doing and where I was at, all the fish are not there anymore. So you bebop around, try to find a few different spots that might be getting something. So then this place back here will be hot, be happening for a couple weeks. Then it dies out. But it's been doing great now. It gives me a chance to stock up some good springtime fish. Some fresh, beautiful fish. Good morning, Cindy. Catching some big, beautiful fish again. Oh, someone's scared the ducks. Someone stirred the ducks up. I think I'm on 6 fish so far, Cindy. But a good morning. Birds are around. A little cloudy. It's been nice. Not so hot. The clouds, I think, are going to break. It's going to be warm. Yeah, it's really nice. It's going to be a beautiful Memorial Day here. Probably about 83 or so, I think, for the high temperatures. It was about 50 degrees when I left, about 4:30 this morning. We get the nice, cold, crisp nights here. So 35 to 40 degree difference between our daytime temperatures. So that makes it really enjoyable. You can open your windows, get a little fan blowing in if you like that nice, crisp, cold night air. And then you got, like I lived up in Portland, and it was just miserable. We'd get it'd be 105 in the day at the hot peaks in August or July time, and it might be 105 during the day, and then it'd be 95 at night in Portland, Oregon, and so just miserable. You get no relief. You're like, that's just 10 degrees. That's still terribly hot. And the heat of the day wouldn't happen until like 5 p.m. in Portland. It was really interesting. So it was forecasted to get to, 80 or say 95, 97 degrees. A lot of places, hit their peak by say 2 p.m. or so like that, but not there. 5 or 6 p.m. it's the peak. And so by 8 p.m. it's still incredibly hot. So that was hard. Two of my children were born there in Portland, and both August babies. And so I felt bad for my partners because, it's so sweltering hot and so difficult in the heat of summer in Portland. You just can't really do much about it. That month of July, they would just be suffering, and we didn't have air conditioning at the time. And I just felt so bad because I could never get comfortable. Yeah, that's what I was raised in, where we get this week-long hot spell, and usually the first week of July in Portland, and it gets 105, 104s, 106 at the max. But you'll have this week-long real hot spell, and so I was used to that. That's I don't know. That's the feeling you got of like the peak of summer. Then I went and stayed by the coast here in California, the Humboldt coast, by Eureka and Arcata. There's a little town called Blue Lake. And their highs in the summer were like 75. That was it. If they got to 78, it was darn near a record. And that was it. 70 degrees, everyone's at the river, they're like barbecuing, they're talking about how hot it is. And I'm like, this is 70 degrees. I mean, this is not much. I can still have a jacket on. And so I never got that feeling of like, oh, this is summer. Well, I think I spent 2 summers there, and it was fun, but I was like, oh, I feel like I keep waiting for it to warm up to be summer. That's the kind of temperature my daughter would love. She has a kind of a little bit paler white skin from her mom, and so she'll burn a little easier. She loves that kind of coastal 75, 80 degree for a high in the summer. And I'm like, no, I'd rather, I don't know. I love that hot summer. I'm an August baby myself, so I feel alive in that hot August heat. It's when I want to do the most in this world. I'll spend a lot of time in the winter digesting all the things that either worked or didn't work for me in the last year. Decide what I want to eliminate or what I want to add more of in my world. Then I'll cultivate those ideas and thoughts during the spring, and then really start to implement them and plan them and put them into action. And then summer becomes like the full blown, like let's go, let's get all those things rolling. I've been building. I got a piece of property, about 3 acres on it, that I've just been taking raw land. And we got like manzanita trees. So they're these big, beautiful hardwood, thick shrub bushes. Building those into, clearing those, making room for my gardens. I want to build a real big greenhouse this year because we can't grow peppers for very long. I can't grow hot things, I can never grow citrus fruits or avocados, some of these amazing things I'd love to grow. Planning slowly on, I might probably do farmer's market next year. Trying to get all the connections, all the understanding of it down this year. But I've been really ramping my production of things up. By next year, I'll have so many strawberry plants and so many everything put in the ground that I shouldn't be no problem doing that. All right, come on, fish. I got my tangle untangled. Let's go catch some big fish. A ton of action earlier, but it's kind of slowed down. I don't tend to see as many jumping right now. Soon here, this spot is gonna be done. It's gonna have given us what it had to offer. Then it's time to move on. Oh, here comes the sun. It's creeping up over the ridge right now as I speak. So beautiful. Beautiful Northern California morning. Trying to catch some big trout. Come on, fishes. Come on, big fishes. Eat a little snack. Oh, it's so nice out here. So beautiful. So many beautiful fish out here. Oh, getting hit. Getting a hit. I think I missed it. Nope. He's still hitting it. He's still thinking about it. He's still thinking about it. He's still thinking about it. He's still thinking. I don't know though. He might have got it all. He might have stripped that worm off there by now. Got him. Got it. Got him. Got the fish. Got the fish. Got the fish. Got it. Got it. Got it. Just had to be patient. Had to be patient. Had to be patient. That was it. Big fish on the line. Big fish on. Let's see who came. Who's coming? Oh, give me some head shake. We're getting some head shake. We're getting some movement. We're getting movement. This fish says, hey, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't know. You doing the head. You doing the head shake. The spin. You doing the alligator. You doing the alligator roll, aren't you? Look at you. Wow, you're a beautiful fish. Doing alligator roll. Yeah. Fish number 8. What a pretty fish. What a pretty fish. Or fish 7. Fish 7, I think, yeah. Oh, you beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Fish, fish. Oh, that's a pretty female fish, too. Let's see this. I think somebody might be online. Somebody might be still watching. So let's show if anybody's there. Say hi, fishy. Hey, fishy. Hi, pretty guys. I'm a pretty female little fishy. A 16-inch fishy. Hi, guys. Oh, bye-bye, pretty girl. Bye, pretty fishy. She's gone. She'll be back. She gone. They warm back up. Get back out there, y'all. Warm it up. Get back where we started. Here we go around again. Let's do it again. All right, worm is on. Let's catch another fish. Let's catch another fish. Let's catch another fish, shall we? Let's do it. That was a bad cast. I redo that one. I hope everyone is going to have a beautiful day, spending some good time with their families and friends. Good day for barbecuing. Good day for socializing. Just enjoying being in America or whatever part of the world you call home. Come on, fishes. Is that a seagull? Huh. Beautiful fish territory out here. Trying to catch a monster. Trying to get a monster on the line. There's a lot of giant fish out here. Just hoping that I get lucky. One of the big ones. What I got. Got a worm floating. The river enters the lake right here, so I toss it out in the river. Let it float on down. Float on down. watch that float go under. Beautiful, beautiful day out here, though. Come on, big fish. Come on, big fish. Come on, big fishes. What you got to say? Come on, big fish. Where you at? Where the big fish? Well, that was a big fish. Well, I had a little snag up there. I'm straightened up now. Let's try and get some big fish. All right, all right. Come on, fishies. Where you at? Come on, big fishes. Trying to get these giant rainbow trout to cooperate, fight for us. Come on. Let's catch us a fish. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come on, big fishies. Hope everyone's doing well, having a beautiful day. Memorial Day is treating everyone well here in America. Hey, hey, hey. Another beautiful day. Something got to my worm.
All right, new worm is on. Come on. I take my coat off. Getting warm out here. Getting warm. I tell you, it's getting real warm. Had to shed a few layers. About time for the big fish to bite, though. Got about 7 already. I want a huge one. I want one that's so big that I'll never forget this moment. Come on, where you at, fishes? Float fishing for giant trout. Dang it, got a hit, but I missed him. Got him. Oh man, I had 2 hits and I missed it. How could I miss those hits? My bobber went sideways. My float went freaking sideways. How did I miss that? Wow, there was bite marks on the worm. Wow, guys, let's do that again. Man, I missed that guy. Keep missing him. I keep missing him. He's right there, but I keep missing him. Let's get this fish. Come on, fish, where you at? You should be right in the neighborhood. Right in the neighborhood. Right in that neighborhood. Right in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in this neighborhood. Hoping the fish will be mine. Could the fish be mine? Oh man, I see the fish jumping. Fish are jumping, yo. Nice morning. Let's catch them. Catching beautiful rainbow trout out here. Been a fish catching day. I like it when I get a lot of action. Bobber goes down. Get y'all excited. You're like, oh yes. Get used to the bottom after a while, you know, that I'm not getting bumps. I'm not hitting the bottom. The weight isn't getting hung up on anything and making the float go under or do anything weird. So whenever you do see your float do something, it's a fish. Every single time. There's been a few odd ones where the float goes sideways. I'm like, what is it doing? Why is it just going that way? But it's been a fish biting. Oh, sure is beautiful out here. I'm about an hour from the Oregon border, Northern California, the end of the Cascade Mountain Range. Oh, it's beautiful up here. If you guys haven't been up here before, you can do yourself a pleasure. Come on up, visit Mount Shasta, these communities. A lot of good outdoor activities, good sport, and a whole lot of great fishing. Oh, I gotta make sure my worms stay covered up. Can't leave my worms uncovered. They'll get all weird. Come on. I want that big bobber down, big float down. Looking for the big float down. I want the float to go down. Big old, big old, big old float down. Got him. Nope, lost him. Dang it. Had him. Had him. What the heck happened to me? It went down. Let's make sure my worm is still there. Worm is still there. Boy, I had you. Dang it, missed that one too. Wasn't a complete takedown. It was a strange side hit. That one's. Wow, why am I missing these? Why am I missing these? Not gonna miss it no more. Those are 3 misses in a row. I'm not gonna miss that again, that's for sure. Don't want to miss anymore. Come on, float. Need to float down. Got 3 little float downs, but they weren't good enough hits to be able to land it. Tried to set the hook, but I got nothing. Come on, fishes. Oh, a little hazy out. The sun just got high up in there. There's a interesting haze going on now. Well, it's been a good fish morning. Everything I could ask for. Got 7 fish. Missed a few good ones. Lots. I think I've missed 5 so far, probably 5 or 6. I've had serious complete sideways floats or floats way under. Well, you don't always set the hook on every bite you get. It's part of it all. You want action though. You want something to keep you excited. You want something to motivate you.
Gotcha. See, like that time, the float went sideways. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's pretty fish. I got the pretty fish. It's jumping. It's flip-flopping. It's doing its thing out there. It's saying, hey, man, I don't know about this. I just don't know about being caught. Woo-hoo-hoo, look at you go. Oh, double flip. Double flip. Triple flip. Yeah, triple Lindy. Oh, he just did the triple Lindy. Oh, you guys, if anybody knows the triple Lindy, you're old school. Woohoo! Wow. Good job, fish. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. Come on in, sweetheart. Let's come on in. I'll take you off. All right. Oh, yeah. I'll take you off. This is an easy release. Easy release. Easy release. Say hi. Hey, buddy. I'm a fish. 15-inch fish. Pretty little fish. Pretty little fish. Pretty little fish. Bye-bye, fish. All right. Time for another worm. Squirmling on the wormling. Oh, that was a nice fish. It was a fish. A fish, a fish, a fish. Oh, how it was a beautiful fish. Oh, what a beautiful fishy. Oh, what a beautiful fish. That was a nice little fish. I want to catch a big one, though. Super big fish. 3-4 times that size. 4 times that size. I need a fish about twice my height. Statuous, premature, goddess of the night. Secret incantation with candles burning blue. They call up the spirits, maybe they'll know what to do. All the same, people today, can't get around it, and I can't run away. But I need a miracle every day. I need a miracle every day. Hope for a super big personal best. You never know. Oh, that's a duck. I was like, what's coming this way? Hoping for a personal best. That's always the quest. Can I break my personal best? That would be a 30-inch trout to break the personal best. I think I've gotten a 28-inch trout out of here. So that's what I would love to see. A fish as big as 30. I got a float. I got a float. Ain't got no boat, but I got a float. I got a worm and a float doing its thing. Trying to get a big old fish. Trying to get a giant fish. That's That is my wish. Jack, good morning. Catching big trout out here. Hoping to get something monstrous. Chaos, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon for you, maybe. Close to noonish. Hope you guys having a beautiful Memorial Day. Hope you guys got some fun things planned. Hanging out with some friends or fam. We're just celebrating. Just having a good time. Are you getting out, doing a little fishing? Oh, okay. Yeah. Still early for you. That's right. You're only like 2 hours ahead of me. It's going to be a lovely day here. Oh, it's just beautiful. Oh, yeah. That's right, Jack, huh? I'm in Mount Shasta. I forgot where you're at, Jack. Yep, that's right, Washington. Oh, that's good. I'm so glad. Looks like the storms have let it up for people. It's going to be a nice couple weeks or so, I hope. We're going to have some beautiful, the start of our summer. Finally getting some 80-degree weather. I thought I saw 90 coming on the outlook maybe next Friday. That'll be a first. Oh, how fun. You going to go live, Goat? Like I was working when you're doing live, your last live. Not sure how many more times I'll fish here. Still doing good. I feel like it's slowly changing. Yeah, exact. Fishy Things was talking about that yesterday when he was interviewing Skip Jackson last night. He was talking about how he kind of really enjoys fishing alone when he does lives and stuff. Yeah. If everyone's got the day off, I get it, Jack. It's like, hey, gotta spend time together. I notice when I've watched Fishy Things, when he's got a buddy around, he'll sit and chit chat with his buddy a lot and not engage with chat as much. And that's what he was talking about last night, is that when he's got somebody else there, it kind of distracts him from engagement. So you kind of got that. If you got somebody who's cool with being on live, then you might just end up spending the whole time kind of talking to them. As long as it's a skilled angler where I don't really gotta teach you much, I really enjoy it, because then we just space out far enough where we're not really crowding each other out. And if we're bottom fishing, we can be close and then just have our bait out far apart. And then we can sit and chit chat about life or whatever. I've never tried a live fishing with a buddy though, so I don't know what that's going to be like. Oh, come on. See my float messing around. It's so interesting. I fished here, I fished 7 days in a row, and I took yesterday off. I came back. And so you start, everything jumbles together, all the different days. And you're like, you remember a particular spot where you caught a whole bunch of different fish, and you're like, oh, let me go right there. And then it's like, nah, they were biting right there 4 days ago. Oh no, they were biting right there 3 days ago. This morning they've been in close, and I've gotten 2 fish, and then I missed about 5 hits, real close to me, about 10 feet from where I am right now. That's the cool thing about fishing is, you go out there with that open mindset every time, and you got to kind of explore. Try, you got your tried and true baits and your tried and true lures that you like, and then you give them a few minutes, and then you're like, all right, let's try something different. I have a real big river around me, but they removed a dam from it like 2 years ago. And ever since then, it's been not fishable where we are because we're just down from the dam. It's all this silt that was trapped there for like 100 years has just been coming down in like you wouldn't imagine. So the whole river from where the dam was all the way to the coast is just muddied up. I haven't been there this year, but it hopefully gets clean enough to fish again. When it was bad, all the guides, everybody, just like, nope, we can't go there anymore. I tried, I went there, but it was such, just heck yeah. Oh yeah, no worries, Chaos. Have fun, bud. That river is so muddy that if you guys have ever fished real colored up muddy rivers, the fish aren't going to be able to see anything, Oh, there's the eagle up there. The bald eagle's getting harassed by the raven or crow. I can't quite tell. It's on its butt, chasing him. Yeah, I'm talking about, Jack. And so the Klamath near me has just been not fishable for a while. It's been ridiculous. And salmon season has been closed. I haven't checked about this year. They should have made the decision a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago. Someone was tapping my float. Yo, B. Hey, another beautiful day. Catching some good fish. Yeah, so I really hope the Klamath River should be in good shape pretty soon. That's been my salmon and steelhead steelhead are coming around December there. This worm's about toast then, but time for a new worm. Catching some good trout here, B. On the last few times, I'll probably do this spot. I'll give it a little bit more time, see what happens, but we're getting into the heart of summer here. Crowds are going to start showing up. I was here Saturday. By the time I was done with my live, it was getting crowded. There was a group of 3 guys standing on the bank trying to fish right where I am. They were very polite. They went upstream from me, upriver. And then there's other people that came right when I was getting ready to leave. There's a boat that just whipped over here about a half hour ago. That could tell he wanted to anchor right where I'm fishing. I love fishing, but I really don't enjoy it when it's incredibly crowded, and it's like just takes the solitude, takes that bliss, takes the ability for me just to connect with nature away from it. I feel like that's why I wouldn't like when I watch some of these shows when people are fishing. I'm like, ooh, that's not my style of fishing at all. I go up to Oregon, it gets like that. Ooh, that was a big fish that jumped. when I do these big salmon steelhead runs, I just got to put up with it. There's 20 other fishermen there. You get somebody who doesn't quite understand how to cast a big line of us. They'll cast over people and snag you and pull you in and everything like that. It gets challenging. I like that. You know, I don't got to worry about doing live when I'm out here by myself. I try to beat the crowds. It's typically what my philosophy. I get out here by 4:30 or 5. Get my fishing in, get myself a couple hours of fishing. Then a lot of the old timers, they'll show up around 9, 10 o'clock. They like to fish close to their trucks and stuff like that. Wow, that's really cool. Seems like in the rivers, I don't know what the deal is, but like when we're fishing nice, clean, open rivers, it's no problem. And, they can see my spawn, they can see my spinner, my jig, whatever it is, no problem. Bam, bam. You fish the same area when it's clouded, when the mud is there. It's bad. I think it was like 2 years ago, I was in the same area. I was in the Klamath where the salmon are. And normally when I'm there, I can sit there during the day with my waders out there. And about every 20 minutes or so, I'll see a salmon come by me. And it was so bad that I was there one afternoon and I never watched a single fish because I couldn't see them. And it's spinner fishing there. Yeah. And so I think mud puddles and like I said, ponds are like that. When I was younger, my cousin went hunting with his dad, uncles, and everybody like that. And they were in Eastern Oregon, and there was this teeny little pond. It was not much bigger, like a 20-foot mud puddle. My cousin was like 10 years old at the time, and he's like, "I'm gonna go fish that." And all the old men were laughing at him, giving him a hard time. "Oh, you're gonna catch a crawdad? What are you gonna get out of there?" And yeah, that silt really does. He ended up catching like a 30-inch German brown trout that was in that little pond. It was one of his personal bests for a long time in life. And, it just cemented him as a young fisherman because all the old timers are like, "You ain't going to catch nothing in that little mud puddle, son." And he threw his gear in there and he brought back the biggest fish. I always love it when people get lucky. I took a guy the first time salmon fishing to the Klamath, and he got a jack. It was real nice, and but it didn't take him but an hour of throwing spinners, maybe even half hour, and then he got onto a nice jack, and it was beautiful. It was the best tasting salmon he'd ever had. Yeah, rivers get to be such a different reality, a different beast. And it's so nice. If you live up in the Pacific Northwest where you're in the heart of it all, man, you got 5-6 rivers to choose from. I watch the Addicted Fishing guys. They'll talk about that. Cameron's like, "Yeah, I'll look at all the different rivers around. I'll see which one's got a good flow, what's going on. Then I'll look at catches." Usually where I'm at down here fishing Southern Oregon, I got the Rogue, the Umpqua. I got to go over to the Chetco. Then I can go up and down. I think there's like the Pistol, maybe the 6, and then the Rogue again. The Rogue is the really amazing one, but it's the one where there's just endless, interesting old anglers that kind of get in the way of making it a blast. There's one area where they love to get on you for what tackle you're using. It's like they believe that braid is the worst thing imaginable, and that monofilament is the only thing to use. And I missed that hit. Bobber went sideways. I call them the monofilament mafia. I wanted to make up a couple bumper stickers that say that, like braid with like a little circle and a slash over it, like no braid, monofilament mafia. Like slap it on the back of their truck or something. Figure they'd get a kick out of it. Wow. I believe it. I believe it, man. Sometimes those big fish are just sitting in there. You know what I mean? And they don't have a much of a food source, so they're probably like so happy when something big comes to us. What they think is something big, you know, big lure, spinner, a giant worm, or whatever. Right before this lake, there's a. I'm on what they call the Sacramento River, but there's another one that's called Wagon Creek that people call the beginning of the Sacramento River as well. But anyway, before that gets into here, they diverted it and they made a small lake and they call it Brown Lake. There's like 10 houses there, so it's a privately owned kind of lake, no access, and so I can only imagine that there's going to just have to be some tanks that are sitting in that lake though, because nobody fishes it. And I've talked to only maybe 2 people over time that have ever had access to it. You got to know somebody who has a house there, and then they got to be cool with you coming and fishing on their property. But I can only imagine. I thought with a name like Brown Lake, there must be some big browns in there. Yeah, down south, closer to the bay. There's a big dam in Redding that makes a thing called Shasta Lake, and that's it. That's it for the salmon. That's it for any of the runs. I think there's kokanee that are stuck in that lake, and but the salmon used to run up to these rivers back up behind us towards McLeod and all that stuff like that. But after that dam was put there, they stopped. And then if I go up north to the town of Wairika, that's where the Klamath River is. And then there's a offshoot. The Shasta River comes from Mount Shasta and dumps into the Klamath. And they're 4-foot kings that go in this little Shasta River. And sometimes this thing's only 2 foot deep, and it's only like 8 foot, 10 foot across. My daughter's school would do a trip there, and they would, you know, all these environmental people, I forgot what agency they were with, they would have all these schools come through, so they would have all these, you know, demonstrations of the Chinook. They would show, you know, what egg harvesting's like, and they would have, you know, a few that they take each time. But you could get to watch them live in that river. And like I said, it's sometimes 2 foot deep, and you're looking at a fish that's 10 foot thick. I'm sorry, 10 inches thick. So it's almost as half taking up half the water. Oh yeah. Eel River. I did a reggae on the river once in the 80s there. That was a fun little place. Eel's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I really enjoy salmon and steelhead fishing. I'd like to get a boat so I don't have to deal with some of these crowds. But like I said, when I go up to Oregon, I found I like to go to the Chetka a lot, and I like to go upriver from the Social Security hole where everybody tends to go. I want to get away from the massive crowds. The ones that are real close to the ocean, though, they're just packed full of people. But if you're willing to drive, you know, 4 or 5 miles up river, still good runs. The steelhead still run like crazy there. Then you'll have a little bit more to yourself. Let's catch one of these giants that cross the way is where I'm going now. Come on. Yeah, I'm in a good spot now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. It's crazy what they've done now, man. PG&E, they've because a lot of these like fire settlements that they've had has really cost them an exorbitant amount of money. So down in like Southern California, they raised their rates 43%, and there's 3 towns up here. We got the town of Mount Shasta, we got the town of Weed, just 6 miles north, the town of Dunsmuir, 6 miles south. PG&E doubled their rates for the town of Mount Shasta, doubled it. So everybody's bill that was once previously $100 or say $200 bill, no warning, your next bill came and it was $400. And so every businesses, everything, they have all doubled their bills. But the town 6 miles south of us and the town 6 miles north of us have not. They all pay the exact same. So PG&E just was like, Mount Shasta has got more of the rich people. Let's just, it's a monopoly. So they're like, let's just tax you guys, make you guys pay for our mistakes. So, I mean, it's tough because there's nothing you can do about it. Where else are you going to go get your power from? It's like the DMV. There's one office, the DMV. There's one government facility that you get your licensing from. That's it. So those people can just have whatever attitude they want because there's nowhere else for you to go. It's got to be real hard for all the people that live on a really fixed incomes. I mean, food has darn near doubled in the grocery stores, and if your power bill's doubled, I just couldn't imagine someone who's like, okay, well, I worked hard for 50 years and I set aside enough money to live another 30 years, and then all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh, at this rate, that's only going to last me 10 years. Yeah, it's really difficult, man. It's really sad. They yeah, like I said, it's a monopoly, so you don't have a choice, and it doesn't seem like they play very fair. And I like to be a real good, honest, fair person. So it's like we play fair, we play by everybody's rules, but we're paying $5 a gallon for gasoline here. And so it's about what people have to pay for oils and stuff like that to heat their place. So you'll go get, your 150 gallon oil tank filled, and it'll be $800. And when I had oil heat here, it would go through about half a tank in a month sometimes. So you can spend, $400 in a month on your oil heating bill. We were smart when we found our business location. We talked to a lot of different business owners. Got to be friends with a handful of them, and we got to chum it up about what their business is like. And some of them had moved locations, so they would tell us, "Oh, that building across the street over there, that purple building." They're like, "That was terrible. It was really cold. Our heating bill was over $800 a month in the winter." And so they were like, the winter expenses were ridiculous, and there's no crowds, and they're so like, you got all this expense to keep your store operational, but then there's no one coming in. Wow, I go through 4 to 5 cords of wood. That's what I burn here. 2 to 3 hardwoods, 2 to 3 soft. I usually buy it. You know, just 5 years ago, it was $240 for a quart of oak. Now people want $450. Now, you know, what was once like $150 for softwoods, some people try to get as much as $300 for softwoods here. And it's like, wow, you know, sometimes I just be patient. I wait around and I find somebody and they're willing to do, you know, a 2-quart deal for $240. Like we have this juniper wood that's a soft, but it's right at the edge of hardwood. So I like burning that. If I get lucky and I can get the madrones. Yeah, I burn about that, just a couple cords of a soft fir or soft pine, cedar, whatever I can either get my hands on, or sometimes I got friends who have land and then they keep the oaks. Usually they don't care about the softwoods on their land. All right, I got hung up again. I got to get this thing undone. I said earlier, it's the only bad thing about floats. You know, you toss it out there and sometimes you bring it back in and your worm is just all twisted up sitting on top of the float. You're like, you're not going to catch nothing like that. And when you toss it out, the wind catches it or something like that and everything just twists in the air. And it lands all funky, lands on the float. And you're like, that's not doing what I'm asking. You're supposed to be dragging on the ground. The weight is supposed to be behind you. You're supposed to be just bebopping down. The fish see this cool worm coming down the river. After a while, you notice the line just gets messed up. Spend so much time spinning around that it just gets this like permanent twists. I got to redo the line. I redo them every day before I come out. But sometimes even like this, where it's like, I don't know, man, this thing might want to just be replaced. There's so many twists in it. If you ever gone plunking, if you guys ever do any plunking for salmon or steelhead, you know what I mean. You get a certain amount of casts, a certain amount of time out there, and even if you got bead chains and all this cool stuff on, man, then all of a sudden you're like, ugh, what is up? It's the biggest, like, twisted looking line I've ever seen. I think I got a little bit of life left in this one before I have to replace the line. I like to rig a couple rods up so that I can just toss the other one out, keep fishing, keep everyone with the possibility of catching a fish instead of just listening to me talk about rigging a line up. Come on, fish. We need to get a giant one. It's been a few minutes since I've caught a big fish. Yeah, I was looking into it years ago, and some of these really nice guys who do firewood around here, they'll buy a whole log truck full of trees, and in that price, it's not, you get a real good deal because you can pay, you know, just a few $1,000s sometimes for the whole truck, 30-foot tree kind of things, and then, you know, equipment that you have. Yeah, I bet you did. Pierre, good day. They're like, some of these earlier ones are like right here. They just, like, they've been close in, and I'll look over, I'll hear it. I'll be like, whoosh. And I'll be like, oh, that was a big fish jumping. Because I've caught about half the fish I've got, and half the fish I've lost have been real close, on about 12 feet away from where the camera is. Oh, I'm in a good spot now. I like this drift. I like this drift. It's always the compromise when you throw your stuff out there. Occasionally you get the perfect drift where you're like, oh, I love where my line placement is. I love how there's the, different spots of the seam. Oh, yep. Man, he took that thing down. Oh, he took that thing down. But I did not get him hooked. Uh-oh, it's messing with it again. Yeah, the water is absolutely amazing. You get these waterways that are wild, and that's what this one is. From up behind me, it just comes up from the mountains. It starts. Yeah, my worm is gone, completely gone. He took my whole worm. Whole worm. I've been robbed. Whole worm. And so since this river starts up mountain from me, it's just wild, and it just rolls down here, pushes out a whole bunch of stones because when we get these flood years, it'll move 4 or 5 foot around stones and just push them like you wouldn't believe. And so since it's always pushing so much rock and such fast moving water, no plants really grow here. No algae grows in the water. The other side of the lake does. It's all green. It's all full of plant life. That's where all the bass are. You wouldn't catch a bass in this stuff at all. I go to the Chetco because it's about 4 hours from me. And it's just like that, but it's a lot deeper. And the whole river's that way. There's no dam on there, and it's real wild. And the place that I like to go has a big hole that gets 40 foot crossed is the across part of the river, but it gets I'd say upwards of 15 to 20 foot deep, and it's just like this. It's just ice clear. You can just see the bottom when the ripples stop, and it's just magnificent. But it's ice cold, ice cold. When you get in these rivers like this thing here, if it was 20 degrees warmer and I was to lay down in this, it would be so cold that I would instantly, it'd be like taking a cold plunge. It like freezes your whole body, gives you that like feeling like you can't breathe and your lungs are like, paralyzed feeling. It makes you want to get right out and just kind of like yell. And then you feel alive and refreshed and like, oh my gosh, But for those couple seconds, you were like thinking you were going to die because it was so cold. Oh, I'm right in the heart of the seam now. I was saying earlier, there's a left to right in the center of the seam. And then depends on your line placement. Your line can be, starting to do that candy cane thing where your line is pulling your float in a bad way. Then there's those perfect casts. We're like, oh, I love it. This is great. My line is right behind my float. So my float isn't getting pulled. No, it doesn't ever warm up. Yeah, I'm not a big swim kind of guy, to be honest with you. I like to be warm and I don't like to be cold, and the water always gets me cold. From living in Portland, it was like 77 miles to the coast. And once a month, your buddies, partners, whatever, you're like, hey, let's go to the beach. So it'd be 100 degrees in Portland, And you're like, oh, so you got this vision that I'm going to just open the car door and I'm going to run out in that ocean and I'm just going to dump head first in. I'm so excited because I'm so hot here in the town of Portland. So then you leave Portland, you got the 77-mile drive. So 50 miles of it, you're sweat bagging. It's still 95, 100 degrees in the drive. And then you get this mountain range right before the coast, 10 miles before the coast. There's this little mountain range. You cross that mountain range, you get up, and you start dropping down the other side, and you're like, huh, it's cold. It's like 60 degrees. So then you get to the beach, you go outside, you open that door, and it's 60 degrees. And it's windy, and it's freezing. And you got your shorts, and you're thinking, I'm going to go jump in that ocean. Nope. You open that door, this ocean wind is just whipping, and it hits you. And you got your sandals, your flip-flops, you got no jacket. And all these other people are walking up and down the beach with their heavy jacket on. And you're like, oh, yeah. And I mean, so it'd be just like, oh, well, this is terrible. Every time, man, we'd be in Eugene. It'd be the same thing. We'd be at the Oregon Country Fair. It'd be 100 degrees. We'd be just sweating to death. And we're like, hey, guys, why don't we go to the coast after the fair? We'll go cool down at the coast. We get over there, 55 degrees. We're like, oh, freezing. Everyone's like, let's go back to Eugene. Yeah, but then in Washington, we got these rip tides. I don't know. I think they're stronger and maybe more of them in that Washington area than they are. I didn't see them as much in California's. But man, when we had a beach cabin in Long Beach, Washington, and there was a lot of riptide in Long Beach. And so it was tough. You know, when as a youngster, I was really educated about the riptide reality. And like grandma and mom and everybody were very well like, oh, you kids, don't you play, blah, blah, blah. Because we, you know, as kids, you love to get out in the water and you love to play around and you love to, you know, bury your sister in the sand and all that fun stuff. But they were very like, don't you mess around with those riptides. And so I was raised in that kind of beach. That was like, you know, crabbing, cold water, you know, Northwest Beach. Yeah, serious, Jack. The biggest thing for us would be getting those Japanese glass floats. If you got lucky on in Oysterville, where our beach cabin was, and we got to the beach and on the whole Long Beach Peninsula, you get one of those really cool glass floats. My grandma had gotten, you know, tons over her time of walking the beach. So that'd be like the best thing you could get lucky to do would be get one of those floats. I don't think I ever got one. It was oh, did it hit? Oh man, he took that float sideways, but I didn't get the hook set. Man, I've been missing these hook sets today. Like 6 misses. Oh, that's why I missed that one. He snapped that whole thing off. He took that whole line, man. New line time. Wow, I did not expect that to happen. Yeah, I got to put a new line on, guys. So I'm over here re-rigging, so I can't read chat, but chat hasn't been super flying anyway, so by the time I get back over there, it'll probably be fine. Yeah, my dad moved down to Southern California when I was about 7. And so I think I was probably 8 years old or so when I first met those Southern California beaches. And I was like, oh, now this is a nice kind of beach. You know, it'd be 95 degrees in my dad's house in Irvine or Tustin. And we go to Laguna, we go to Huntington or Newport Beach, and it'd still be 95 out. And I'd be like, oh, now this is nice. That water would be all warm. I was boogie board, man. It was like 10, 12 years old. I was having a blast. Got pummeled really bad a bunch by the ocean. You start like getting really good at it, man. I could ride these waves. I could ride this rip curl, and I'd be shredding on my boogie board, just rocking it in. And then at a spell of like 4 or 5 weeks in a row of just getting tossed around by the ocean real bad. Almost, I mean, like barely be able to get out of it a few times. You just swallow so much salt water. And that was it. And I was like, I think I'm going to chill out on this boogie board, man. I had aspirations of surfing next. No. That ocean showed me real fast. She's like, yo, I'm not for the faint of heart. I will smoke you if you don't know how to take care of yourself out here. I thought I did right with that last hook set. That makes sense. It just broke my whole line. That line was getting weird. All right, I'm back. Could be like a NASCAR pit crew. Like Glenn. Oh. Yeah, I think so, Jack. It might have been a real good fish, man. He just snapped that sucker. That'd have been so great, Cindy. I've rented beach houses before, and that's what I usually like, is ones that are super close, right there, and you can just walk down. There's an interesting thing that happens with our weather here in the Pacific Northwest. There's an ocean current called the Aleutian Lows, and they follow the Aleutian Channel, which is way out past Hawaii and all this stuff like that, by Japan and everything like that. Wow. And that's really cool about that Idaho River. So the Aleutian Lows is an ocean water undercurrent where water comes from Japan and it hits the west coast of the United States. Once it hits the west coast of the United States, the bulk of the water goes north or the bulk of the water goes south. With that follow plankton, okay? And so about every 20 years, it switches. The bulk of the water goes up towards Alaska, or the bulk of the water heads down towards the Gulf of Mexico. With that, all the plankton. With that comes water temperatures that rise or water temperatures that fall. So living in Oregon for as long as I did, I noticed that it would happen. In the 70s, it was incredibly rainy, and it was at the end of this 20-year period. And then Oregon will go into like more of a 20-year period of not as much rain. It's not really droughts, but the minimal rain for what they're going through. Then they'll have a period 20 years later of extreme rain. And around 95, 96, 97, we had the extreme stuff come back to the Northwest, and we had flooding all over. The I-5 was flooding like you wouldn't believe, and Centralia's and all these amazing places were just completely shut down. I-5 was in bad shape. We kept setting new records for how much rain we would get. 95 set a new record, 96 set a new record, because we were back into that. And then once you get back out of it, it goes back into these drier spells. And then people were like, oh yeah, living in Portland's great. It's not that bad. I'm like, well, live there long enough, you'll see the change happen. Well, when the change happened, oh yeah, sounds good, Chaos. When the change happened in the 90s, it also brought this warmer ocean water temperatures. And in the late 90s, off the coast, like Rockaway Beach, all these great beaches and oceans right there in Oregon, they had water temperature, 68, 67 degree water temperature right there at the shore. And that's like Bahamas style. We just never would typically get that for the Pacific Northwest. But that's what happens when this pattern changes, is it'll change the ocean temperatures. And I remember that, going down there, the ocean was so warm, it was like, oh, this is just magical. And then it'll change back, and then it'll be this normal frigid ocean. So those Aleutian Lows, this giant article in the Oregonian back when we used to have newspapers where we read to get, our information from. I sat in the laundromat, and I'd just read while my clothes were being done. And I remember that article. It went on and on about how the Aleutian lows, they affect the plankton, which changes the course of the salmon. So the bulk of the salmon, either they follow the plankton, which other things eat the plankton, and then the salmon eat the other things. And there's this chain of life. And so every 20 years or so, it switches where there's massively amazing fishing in California, Oregon, Washington, or it switches and all that plankton goes up to Alaska, and then Alaska is like off the charts for 10 years. And so it's been neat to watch, because I remember, in the 80s, my mom would go down to the Rogue River and just bring back a 60, 70-pound salmon all the time. And then it changed in the 2000s and stuff. And I'd hear about people in Alaska just jamming and just getting these insane kings up there. Now it's also a hatchery related issue. It's not just as much as of the weather. That had a lot to do, that would drastically affect a wild fish. The hatcheries seem to be the limiting factor nowadays. Yep. The old locals that I talk to in Oregon talk about runs in the neighborhood of 80,000 salmon in the Rogue River, 50,000 steelhead in a run. And now a good run is 10,000. If they hit 12,000, it's like, wow. And it's all hatchery based. They just don't stock the hatcheries. Yeah, Cindy, that article was really cool. It said that not only did it affect the amount, oh, there's a cute little fish. You guys must saw that guy jumping. Not only did it affect the fishing, but it said it would affect the weather as far away as Ethiopia. When Oregon would go through its rainy period, there would be more droughts in Ethiopia. So it showed like this worldwide connection to it. It was really interesting. And so it wasn't just like, oh, it only affects you guys in the north, Pacific Northwest. I looked into it later and I was like, what are the Aleutian lows? And they're like it's an underground ocean current. There'll be like a rock form lines. That was a hit, but I missed him. There'll be these underground lines, and then the water hits those in the ocean, and it changes. And they follow that, like train tracks underwater, and the water follows those lines. And they're like the Aleutian lines, the Aleutian lows. Oh, yeah, that bobber's going down, man. That bobber went down. And I got a little piece of worm on here. Maybe that's why I'm not having as much success. I was using a full worm before, but I should be having more success now with these hits. They just must be giving me little bites. The fish are getting hip to me. Probably fish I caught before. If the worm gives them any kind of resistance, I think they back off on it. That's the thing about fishing in an area after a while. If it's I've caught over 50 fish here in the last week, so they're probably getting hip to me. They're like, no. I'm not falling for that worm on a string trick. They're like, oh, no. That's that old worm on a string. I'll go back to a full worm if I need to. I don't have as many worms with me. Go through a couple dozen on doing a live like this. I think I only had like a dozen and a half today. So I was like, oh, I'll try half worms. See if that works. I've been getting a lot of action, so it's fun. Uh-oh. Got him. Oh, no, I did not. How did that happen? Maybe there's a rock over there that's hanging me up because the water's dropping. Maybe that's what that is. It's not a bite. I might have to change my weight depth. And it keeps happening in the same area, and I keep thinking it's a bite. The water's gone down about 10 inches in this last week that I've been fishing here. We're gonna get him. We're gonna do something. We're gonna get this fish here. Yeah. Wow. Sun's coming out. I really see into the water. There's this thick line of pollen. Ridiculous amount of pollen. My allergies have just been killing me this last month or so. I'm starting to get tired of it. Starting to get tired of the allergies. Come on, fish. Yeah, I've definitely not seen as much action around here anymore. I think this place is slowly changing again. Just gonna tap right there. Gonna tap again. Bring it back to him and see what he does. Come on, where are you at? I think they like a full worm. Then they can just tap it a little bit more. Just take the whole entire full worm down. Been using a half a worm for the last little bit because I've been catching them with it. I noticed this little more peck kind of sizing it up kind of hits. When it's a full worm, they just take it down. But sometimes with that full worm, there's so much dangling below the hook that they'll just bite it right off the bottom. Oh, that was a huge fish. That was no joke kind of fish, guys. I'd like to catch that fish kind of fish. Okay, I just took my float to the neighborhood of where that fish was. That was a big tank. It was like a loaf of bread jumping up out of the water. I got my float right in the neighborhood where that fish was. Come on, giant. Where you at, giant fish? Well, we'll see if this fish wants what I'm offering. I got a nice night crawler on there. It's too difficult to use any other methods out here. Spinners, Castmasters, everything like that. They all get hung up on the bottom, and you lose them. They've lost so many, trying so many different sizes. Oh, maybe this one will work. Once it doesn't dive as deep, nope, lose it. Maybe a heavier one, nope. Maybe a lighter one, nope. Lose them, lose them, lose them. I don't know if this fish is going to want what I got. I got it right in the neighborhood where it was, but it is not taking it. Said no, thank you. Thank you very little. All right, let's get one. I want to catch one of them giants, though. Catch one like I just saw. One of them 24, 28 inchers, 6-pound fish. I'll use a whole worm next time. See if that makes a difference. All right, we're in a hot zone. I'm in a hot zone. Could be getting some action. No, nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. All right, good cast, good spot, good mend. Let's let her do its thing. Come on, float. You know you want to go down. All right, we're in a good spot now. About 60 yards away from me. It's out there in the heart of the seam. Haze is getting pretty rough out here. Nope, that was a good float, but nothing. Let's try again. Let's try it again. All right, it's in a good spot. All right. Come on, fish, where you at? Oh, it's starting to warm up. Let's get rid of my other jacket now. Wow, that's gonna be a beautiful day out. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for catching big trout. A wonderful day for catching big trout. Hopefully they will be mine. Will the fish be mine? It's a lovely day in this neighborhood. Beautiful day in this neighborhood. Hopefully the fish will be mine. Try to get that personal best. Oh, that was a big fish right there next to me. Right there next to me. I will be trying that one next. Getting the full worm on. Oh, we got some beautiful birds talking to us. Oh, it's so lovely out here. Just peaceful. Perfect way to spend the morning. Waking up. Should be some good fishing content on today. I fear a lot of people be out doing some holiday fishing. Probably wrap the live up another 10 minutes or so and then go spend a little time. I know Fishy Things is going to be live. Come on, fish. Got him. Got the fish. Got the fish. I got that fish. I got that fish. I got that fish. I got the fish. Got the fish. I got the fish. I got the fish. Oh, it's not the happiest, but it's a cute little fish. I saw it over there. I was like, oh, I see him flipping, flopping a little close to me. Most of the ones I caught today have been right here, like 10 feet away, barely. They're close in today. It's a smaller little boy. Just a handsome boy, though. Handsome boy. Oh, you're a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Yeah, you are. You are just the most beautiful. Let's show everybody you're beautiful. You don't want me touching you, huh? Wait, let's say hi. Smallest fish I've caught. The smallest fish. Still probably 14-inch. Little skinny beauty, though. Beautiful rainbow. Beautiful rainbow. You go back in the water. Get yourself back out there. Woohoo! Fish. Fish, 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 fish. Get a few more of those. Call it a day. All right, let's get another worm on. Full worm this time. Going full worm. They say on
Wimpy kid. Diary of a wimpy kid with a full diaper. My daughter loved the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Those are her books and movies when she was a little one. Those are great. Jack, yeah, I just got a fish. I got a bunch, tons of bites. Missed a bunch. Fat cat. Hopefully you saw that fish. Little fish. Little fish. Still nice fish. It's like an 8-fish day. Missed about 8 bites too, man. Missed a bunch of takedowns. Heck yeah. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a nice day. I got a bunch of stuff to do over the land. Got to work. I got cucumbers I need to start planting. And I got some more radishes and a few things like that I want to get it in the ground. My carrots and parsnips. I want to start planting those soon. I got a bunch. I got my small garden at the house where I live, and then I bought a few acres, and I got almost a half acre that I got developed for the gardening area. Squirrel has been planting and digging walnuts and planting them everywhere in the garden at the house. So I've been digging up all these walnut starts that he's been doing, putting them in little pots, letting them get established. So I'm getting ready to bring a bunch of walnuts over to establish them there at the land. Doing the orchards is going to be the next big project over the next year and a half or so. I like to find good local trees that are used to this area that produce well for here. Some nice people that have a bunch of different varieties of peach trees that they offer for sale. Yeah, exactly. Been fishing since 5 a.m. So I did got a good amount of fishing today. I love spending the morning out fishing. It's gonna be a busy day. The last few days have been crazy in town, so my shop has been pretty busy. My daughter and business partner, they run the day-to-day, like dealing with the customers. My daughter is kind of like the cashier person and does online and a lot of that other stuff. My business partner does a ton of creational stuff, and I do a lot of that as well. Yeah, that's early. I left the home about 4:30, got out of here, threw my line in by 5. That's like when first light happens. It's about 5. I noticed the trout here are really active early on. These trout are looks like they're coming in here to get ready to breed. A bunch of the hens that I've caught have had teeny very beginning spawn in there, if you will, and it was surprising for this time of year. And the males look like they're starting to get developed as well, which I usually see in more of the spring for the trout here. But the trout here are kind of odd. They tend to want to breed at all kinds of times. So I think they're coming in here to get ready to breed. The females are looking for cold reds to lay their eggs down. I think I might be getting some strikes back there on that float. I can't quite tell. Messing with it. Something was messing with it. Might have just taken the worm off the end of it, but we'll see if it takes it again. We're not allowed to night fish for trout. We night fish for catfish and other things like that if we want. But 1 hour after dark is when our trout is done.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that line to see if he got it. I usually fish for what I'm hoping to. Yeah, yeah. You just never know. Sometimes it's odd. Rainbow trout typically are springtime spawners here. They're hatchery fish. Oh yeah, there was a good bite on that worm. So they do this weird sterilization process. They call it triploid. So all the trout that are released are called triploid. So they go through the process of breeding. They produce eggs, and the males, milk the eggs and everything, but they're sterile. So the eggs never develop. But the fish thinks, it's doing its thing. So it goes through the whole process. So we get these giant fish out here that are just full of eggs, and they go through the whole rigmarole, finding a nice red to lay all their eggs in. And that's what I think they've been doing out here. Getting tapped on, getting little taps, I think. Or the weight was bumping the bottom. Yeah, the water's gone down a little bit, so I think I've got a few bumps now, where I was never getting bumped before. I don't mind getting the eggs. I got I got 4 German Browns last fall that had a bunch of eggs in them. And so I still have one more batch of spawn to make from those, because I cured them up, and then I got the skein just sitting there in the fridge doing its thing, and every so often I'll make some spawn sacks out of them. I still got a dozen spawn sacks. I tried the spawn sacks here, and they didn't care for them too much. There's another place I go fishing about an hour away on Hat Creek. They love the spawn sacks there. They don't mess with my worms too much, but they go crazy. Must be hitting the bottom. Yeah, it must be hitting the bottom right there. Wait, no, that's a tap. That's a fish. I got it. I got that fish. I got that. Oh, it got loose. Ugh. See, I didn't think it was bottom. That was fish. Oh, I knew it was fish. I knew it was fish. I knew it was fish. It was a fish. I'm going to get this fish, I tell you. I'm going to use my Russian accent, and I'm going to get fish. Let's do it. Come on, the fish. Yeah, that fish is seriously interested. It was a big one. Some serious head shake. I kept tugging, tapping. And when I hooked it, I think it was a light hook set. Not too bad. Gentle hook. Not what I wanted. I wanted full hook. Let's go get her again. Let's get her done. Let's get this big tank in. Then I'll call it quits if I can get the tank. Tank Murdoch. Tank Murdoch. Come on, buddy. From any which way but loose. Oh, we're in the neighborhood. Oh, there's a little guy jumping. Oh, it's a nice fish. There's a jumper, though. Oh, there, that was a wave. Messed with my float. Come on, fishes. I need me a big fishy. 28, 29-inch fishy. That'll do. Big fishy will do. A big fishy will do. Well, a couple more seconds and I'm going to retrieve it, cast it back out. Yeah, I got nothing. Nothing on that line. Someone's got a pontoon boat, I see. Somebody's got themselves a float boat, float. Oh, that's a good looking worm. That's a catch a lot of fish worm there. That's a good chip lollipop there. Come on, big fish, we can do it. Let me check everything, make sure everybody's looking good with worms. Oh yeah, worm is wiggling, jiggling, sitting right. Everything's all right. Let's get a fish. Big fish, y'all. Oh yeah, I like this drift. I'm right behind, right where I should be. Oh, we're floating good. Going right where the tanks are. Big fish. Come on, big fish. Where are you at? That was a float down. I had a small float down, but it wasn't good enough. They must have just got the end of the worm. They didn't get the whole worm, we get the hook and everything. Well, we might have to reel back in and try it again. Let's try it again. Let's get it. Let's get it done. Oh yeah, the worm's still there, looking good. Nobody messed with you. Oh no, I'm right by the early area. Let's see if there's any of these early close fin fish that want it again. I was far away, big jumper. Hey, what are you guys doing? How's the big dogs? How's the big dogs? Startle me, guys. You guys being good dogs? I think you're being called. A couple dogs came to say hi. Go that way, sweetie. Go that way so you don't get near the hooks. Cute dogs. Cute dogs. Startled me, though. Like, who's that? Who come running up next to me? Who come running up next to me? All right, I'm in a good spot. Let's get this fish. One last big old fish, and I'm going to call it quits. Oh, yeah, I'm in a good spot right now. It's going real slow, right in the heart of the area where some good fish have been. Good fish have been. Ooh-wee. Come on, fishies. What's up with that? What's up with that? Water's definitely dropping, making a big difference. That extra foot of water really makes a difference out here. After a while, it's just a little too shallow out there. The fish can be seen too much, too easy by the big birds of prey. So they'll leave this area. Yeah, there's the eagle right now, flying by, the bald eagle right up there. He's like, yep, I'll get him. All right, that's a nice cast. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Big, huge rainbow trout. Come on, baby. You know you want to come in. There's 26, 28 inch trout there. Missed about 3. One broke a line, snapped that puppy right off. The other 2 did the cartwheel, pulled the hook right out of their own mouth. Those 2 were pretty big fish. 3, I should say. That one that broke the line, I could tell was a big fish too. That's what we need, is one of these big ones. All right. Float is floating away. I haven't seen as much action in the lake as I thought I would see. Only a couple boats so far. There's a big fish swimming in the neighborhood of where my float is. Look like a shark. Saw dorsal fin pop up. I was like, "Oh, that's a big fish." Let's get it done. Let's get the fishing done. I want a big fish. That's what I want to catch. Just catch a big fish. I'd like to catch a big fish. 38 inch, 40 inch fish. That would be great. If it's not too late. All right, it's fish catching time, fish clobbering time. Oh, we might be getting a little action. No, nothing yet. Fishing and hunting outdoors. Hey, how's it going? Catching rainbows. Trying to get us one more big bad boy on the line. Got a bunch, missed a bunch. One broke my line, two big ones. Did the somersault, did the cartwheeling, did the steelhead tail walking, snapping, pulled the hook right out of their mouth kind of thing. I just saw a big one jump though, so let's get him. Come on, fish. Where you at? There's them dogs having fun. Them dukes, them dukes. Come on, fishy. All right, I'm gonna reel you in and head back to the hot zone. I saw you a second ago. All right, big fish time. Big fish time. Come on, one last big old fishy. Fishing in the morning, fishing in the evening, fishing by supper time. If you like fishing, then you can go fishing about any time. Missed that one, missed that one, missed that one. He took one part of my worm, took the top part, left the other part. I missed that guy. He was close in. That was a good hit. Float went sideways. Float went sideways. Yeah, one last one. Trying to get this close guy. I know they're right there. I keep getting a hit when it'll go by just right. I think they're starting to become smart fish that I've probably caught a few times already. So they're not as easily caught now. They're like, nah, we've seen this worm floating by before. Where they used to just go take the whole thing, whoosh. Now I'm getting like these little hits. They're like, let me go test the waters. The other end of the lake where I fish a lot, I get that with these old big fish. The young fish, when I'm bottom fishing with a marshmallow or something, they just come along and they just inhale it. These older fish, they just give it a test. They'll give it a light little pull. If it gives it resistance, then they're like, nope, I'm good. It's in a good spot. That's the cool thing about fishing. Like you never know. You just may, you keep trying the same thing you tried over and over and over, and all of a sudden your rod just might go down like you've never had it go down. And then you got your personal best. Oh, we're in a good float now. A little outside of the heart of the seam, but there's like an ideal place to stand over here, and I'm right behind the current, but it's not so easy to do chat. So I go sit down and read chat, and then I notice it pulls my float out of the heat of the heart of the current, heart of the seam. That's where most of the fish have been, in the heart of the seam. So I bounce back and forth. I go stand over here. I go check chat. Chat's not flying or anything like that, so it's no worries. I watch Bob and any Finn as possible talk about it. He doesn't really float fish much because he can't interact with chat. He likes spinners. Something he can throw out there and then retrieve, jig kind of thing. I was listening to him talk about it. His chat moves a lot. And so Cindy and Travis, you got some of these people that are able to like have two people. And that makes real sense because when someone needs to be focusing on the water, the other person can be monitoring chat. It's a little difficult to do both. They got these weird like chest mount kind of things. Real hard to read the chat. It's so close. I figured one out. I made one work. But then you guys get this bumped up and down ride that's all over. Cool. Go. I'll check you out, man. Have a blast, brother. I'm just trying to get this one last little fish. Big fish, monster fish. Wrap it up. I've had a great live. I feel satisfied. No fish to take home today, which is nice. I processed a ton yesterday. Did a bunch of smoking. It's great. Got a whole bunch of real nice fillets. So I really didn't have it on my list to process, marinate, and cook a bunch of fish today. I think I have a couple small fillets left for like a dinner for myself. Kept some of these really intense red ones. On Saturday, I caught a bunch of fish, and I took one boy home, and other ones were all hens, and the hens were real nice, but that boy was just the reddest meat ever. It was just incredible. Come on, fishies, where are you at? I mean, you just call it a day without ending on a high fishy note. Because I've been trying for 20 minutes to get this one last fish. I don't know if that's what they want to do. Come on, fishies. I can get you one last fishy. I won't get you like that, though. That's for sure, buddy. I won't get it like that. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Straighten that line out so everybody can get the longest line possible in the water. Get all those twists out. There you go. Those twists will mess you up, and then I lose the 6-8 inches of length because all those twists. All right, we are floating. Ooh, that was a nice fish. So big fish jump. Oh, it's nice out here. Well, I don't think they want to offer us any one last fish. So since they don't want to, I understand. And I'll read their offerings. Say thanks for such an amazing fish catching day, and I'll be happy and satisfied with the last fish I did catch. Well, I appreciate you all. Appreciate everyone for being here on the live. I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoy your Memorial Day. Do good things. Have some fun. Enjoy life. Remember, life is worth living to the fullest extreme you got. Well, be good humans, and I'll see you guys on the next live, or see you on whoever else I see you on. Bye for now.